Holy smokes, Chartmaster. We've got a ton of stuff to talk about today. Crypto is going insane. Big news with Elon Musk finally coming out of the woodwork. I found out he was actually invested in Bitcoin a couple of days ago, I found out. But today he put it on his Twitter saying that he is in Bitcoin, which took Bitcoin way out of the descending triangle, smashed it up to 37K. People, all these Robinhood investors that were part of the Reddit group, for whatever reason, they took this actually Doge coin or Doge, which was made as a joke. If you read the description of Doge, it's made as a joke. But this group is so powerful, they pumped the thing up over 1,000% yesterday. So Chartmaster, I need you to help make sense of this all because I don't even know what to think. It's a crazy, crazy day for crypto.
Pete, I gotta tell you, man, it is going nuts. I never seen so much stuff in such a short period of time. You know, I'm glad you're in on all these news. You know, I look at the chart, I see the chart. The chart tells me when to enter, when to exit. The Doge is just exploding to the upside. It's like, if you ask me, Guga, Giuliano, JR, can you enter Doge? Do you have an entry point? It's like catching a train running. It is really hard and it is super scary, my friend. The danger is just too high. You know, my personal opinion over the years, you got to stay out of it because it's just too much speculation. If you put 10,000, you can come out, you know, with 1,000 within a day. You know,
or you can come out with like 100,000.
Or you can come out with 100,000.
1,000%. Like if you put 10K in, at one point you could have had 100K. That's how crazy this is. And the crazy thing is, it's showing the power of the people. The people are starting to understand their power. The people, it's like almost a cocky move. They're like, look, we're going to take a coin that was made as of a joke that had no value, and we're pumping this thing up 1,000% in one day. This is I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an FU to the system, because these are all the people who are super angry that what happened on Robinhood, getting their GameStop account shut down. You know, this is like maybe like a little almost like joke or revenge, or like, look what we can actually do. I don't know what the move is. It makes no sense. This coin is literally made as a joke. That's the description of it. Like, I'm not even saying, oh, the coin's a joke, it's worthless. That's the description of the coin if you look up the definition.
It is incredible. You know what's interesting too? I was reading the news yesterday and they were talking, you know, I come out this news of, is cryptocurrency an investment for 2021, for this year? Is it an investment? Well, the bottom line, the conclusion of the news is that it's very volatile. So if you have the money and you have the guts to stay in on this volatility, this is still a great investment. People are like, oh, it's too volatile, I'm scared. Well, volatility is what makes money. This is when when there are movement is when money is made. When there's no movement, it's like watching paint dry. So is crypto still an investment? We have to be bullish. You know, our bias is bullish. There's still not enough people in there. The brokers are still only able to provide buying opportunity. There's no short selling. So we got to be bullish on this. But
here's another big one. All this crazy stuff is coming out now where Jim Cramer, the guy who's got a lot of pull, like when you go, you know, everybody, I don't know, you know, look, I've just gotten to all this investing stuff. I'm super obsessed now. I'm obsessed with crypto and all that kind of thing. But I mean, I know who Jim Cramer is, and he has been saying this one family won like, I don't know, 700 million. He said you should take 5% of your money and put it in Bitcoin. He wouldn't have said that a year or two ago.
That is nuts. That is nuts. So what's happening around the world? Well, it is a very new thing for the majority of the people. People are still learning about this cryptocurrency, this encryption that goes, this blockchain is still very mysterious. People are still speculating. But the whales, which are the big guys, the big corporations, they are starting to notice the power and they are starting to jump in. And once they do, this can skyrocket. So Pete, why don't we go to the chart and see?
Go to the charts. Bring up these charts, Chart Master.
All right.
It's crazy. As you bring up the charts, I mean, I think, again, guys, this is not financial advice. And I'm just telling you my opinion. My feeling is I think February is going to be insane for Bitcoin, because also the biggest bull, Michael Saylor, is having a conference starting February 3rd and I think 4th. I'm not sure if it goes to the 5th, but basically he's having all these whales that he's going to sit down and tell them the game plan, the playbook, how to invest in Bitcoin, how to hold it, how to sell it, how to do your taxes with it. He's having this, and he's having all these companies. The head of Coinbase is going to be there. Fidelity is going to be there. All the people who run these things are also going to be in the room. So this is a big deal. And I think just the news of this coming out before even all these whales start investing has got to send Bitcoin to the moon, in my opinion. It's just an opinion. Chart Master, what's your opinion? Show us what you're seeing on the charts.
Do you see the charts, Pete?
I see the charts. I'm going to put it right here to the stream.
Perfect. Let's do it. Put on the stream. I have the Doge chart over here, and this is what Pete's talking about. Look at this. It is dead. For months, it's dead, and all of a sudden is skyrocketing. So this is the big news from yesterday, because the people were upset. But let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is what people are interested. This is the daily chart of Bitcoin. You can see here that is breaking out. We're going to look into the 4-hour chart, and you can see what Pete was talking about, this triangle formation.
Yes.
Look at this. So there's right here, the triangle has broken to the upside. There is some support at the bottom. Now, people are asking, when can I come in? When should I enter? This is the question. So you got to go into the smaller time frame. And when it comes down to breakouts, I like to pick on when it's actually retracing. So it broke out, you retrace, then is the time to go in. That's how I like it, because a lot of times it breaks out and it fakes. Look at the bottom here. It breaks out, comes back in, breaks out, comes back in, right? So there is a lot of movement going on. So is it time to enter? Look at it. It's actually going down. It's testing back where it broke out. So this is a good entry opportunity over here. Again, this is just talking about the chart. This is not financial advisor. Pete and I are not a financial advisor. This is our personal opinion. And you take it as you see it. This is the chart of the daily chart. It is breaking. Once it breaks the triangle, triangles are 67% a win rate here. This is when the triangle breaks. It is 67% that is going to reach its maximum peak, which in this case, it has broken to the upside. The peak is the 40s. This is where we're going to talk about. Right at the high here. This is going to be tested. This is going to be tested, Pete. I'm telling you, this is a great investment. Now, let's talk about Doge. This is the big news.
Yeah.
Look at the daily chart. Now, let's see a little more granular. Let's look in the hourly chart. Look at what happened. So, when talking about entries and exits, you gotta look into the smaller time frame. It breaks out, and then you wait for a retracement. See the red candles? It retraces back, and then it goes up again. I like when it actually makes a nice retracement like this one over here. So you enter over here for some kind of profit. This is calculated move. You put a stop loss at the bottom of the red candle. You put your entry above over here on the green bar. You take this and you ride it. You can ride it until it stops going to the upside, or I like a calculated move. This is my risk. This is where I entry up to my stop loss. This is my risk. If my risk, let's say, is 5%, or if it's in dollars, if it's $1,000, I like to go at least 1,500. So your R to R, your risk to reward, should be at least 1 to 1.5, so you can make money. And if you look at this move, it made at least twice your money.
Yes,
Pete,
and I think the difference between obviously this and Bitcoin is this is almost, I don't know, for the people who again pumped this, which is that subreddit group that got everybody into GameStop. It's almost like this is a fun little project, you know, like this probably will not last that long. This is not like a long-term investment like a Bitcoin that a lot of experts who really look at it say, wow, this is digital gold. It's even got more fundamentals that make it a more solid investment than gold. This is where we're putting our money. This right here is just kind of like, hey, let's see if we can actually make this piece of crap go. And they did. And so if you're going to put your money into Dogecoin, I think you got to keep a very close eye on it, because just as much as it can go down in the dip, they might just decide, oh, we had fun with that and we're moving on. The thing could literally just drop to nothing. And again, in my opinion. So you got to be really, really careful with this one.
Perfect. That is a very good talk, Pete. And I found the article on Rex Capital. Rex Capital is a well-known company around the US. They do a lot of studies, research. You know, if you don't know about them, you can Google it. But let's look at why Pete's talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, this is the chart of Bitcoin on a year-per-year basis, and you can see here that is forming this 1, 2, 3, 4 formation. What is this 1, 2, 3, 4 formation? If you just look at the 1, 2, 3, it's kind of flag. In technical analysis, we call this the bull flag. Every 3 years, it is forming a bull flag. It makes the pole is the number 1, and then 2 and 3, it makes a flag. Okay, so what happened after the flag is broken? We have an extended move, right? So number 4, it broke out of the flag. And then number 1, you have the extended move, right? Yes. So you have another pole forming here. So I think this is 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 2016, we had this another extended move. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So yeah. This is actually number 1 here forming. This is actually 21. So this is probably 2013. And number 1 forming here is 2021. This is where we are today. Look, that's forming exactly as it has been. Now, Pete, you ask me, Guga, Juliano, JR, is it going to happen? Should I put my move? Should I put my money in it? Pete, what do you say?
I say you got to do it. Hey, no risk, no reward, baby. That's my opinion. You only live once.
That's right. So from technical analysis, we have 2 bull flags in a row. It has broken out. Number 1 here is another extended move. Are we going to see another pole? Pete, you ask me, JR, the chart master, is it going to happen? I say this. I have never seen 3 bull flags in a row, especially on the year chart. So my bias is to the downside. It's not going to happen. But you're also asking me, why? Well, the one thing I can tell you is that history is always overwritten. And a perfect example is NFL, the National Football League. There has never been a hosting team that hosted the Super Bowl until this year.
That's interesting. That's true.
Right? So is it going to happen 3 bull flags in a row? We're going to see it. And the best thing is we only have 1 year. We're in January. We're going to see this by the end of the year. If we see an explosion here, we have formed the pole and history has been written. So please like our video, subscribe, and send us an email to tidalwavetrading@gmail.com and put your Telegram ID there, and we're going to add you for free on our initial offering of Telegram.